Hey guys, it's Vivian and I'm going to be continuing my back to school series in this video, and I'm going to be filming my freshman year tips and advice. So I'm going to be a sophomore this year, so I just finished being a freshman, so it's like fresh in my mind. So yeah, if you're a freshman and you have like any questions, you can go ahead and leave those questions down below in the comments and I will get back to them. And I'll definitely try and help with any questions that you have. And if you're like done with freshman year, then comment down below how your freshman year was or something. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on my freshman year tips and advice. So I kind of just came up with like a list of different tips, and they're not in any order, so they may kind of be like here one second and then there the next. They're like really random and like completely out of order, so sorry about that. So the first piece of advice I have is don't be shy, and I feel like this one's like really big for me because I don't know why, because I was never really a shy person. Like in junior high I talked to so many people and I talked so much and I was a really outgoing person, and then I got to high school and then I don't know, I just didn't talk as much. And I kind of regret that because, you know, like it wasn't as fun of a time if you don't really like talk to a lot of people. So I would say definitely try and be more outgoing if that's like one of your traits. Like don't be afraid to like hold that back, and definitely don't be shy. Okay, this is kind of a weird tip, but don't buy big binders because I feel like you don't really need that big of binders, and then it's just like a struggle to carry around like a 3-inch binder, like even a 2-inch binder. Like I'm pretty sure you wouldn't need that. I would just get 1-inch binders and you don't even need that much. Bringing a bag is a must basically, because I don't think I know any of my friends that don't carry bags. All my friends carry bags, and it's a lot more convenient because then you can keep like your pencil cases and like, I don't know, like whatever you need to keep in there, and like chapstick, lip glosses, and stuff like that in there too. Purses are definitely like acceptable. Like if you feel like you don't really need like a backpack or anything to hold your stuff in, then you can bring a purse. Like it's a big tip of mine is try and get a map of the school, because when I started high school and junior high, I like got maps of the school because they, you know, like they sent them. So I got a map of the school and I just like found all my classes, and then I tried to memorize like where I needed to go so I wouldn't be like that confused on my first day, especially if you have to miss freshman orientation, which I had to. So definitely, or another thing is definitely go to freshman orientation if you can. If you're going to be wearing makeup this year, then I would suggest starting on the first day of school, and like don't use too much obviously, but like I've learned that it's a lot easier that if you're going to start wearing makeup to start in the beginning of the school year, and if you just probably start like at a minimum, and if you want to eventually add on more makeup products, then like eventually gradually add that on. But I wouldn't just like wear no makeup in the beginning of the school year and then go to a whole face of makeup one day. So that's like really noticeable, and I feel like it's just like not natural. So if you like start makeup like, and that's how people see you, and then you just gradually add things on, then it's kind of, it at least looks more natural to other people. Another tip is you don't necessarily need to start meeting like as many people as you can on the first day. Of course it's like great to meet new people and definitely start on the first day, but don't think that just because you didn't meet a lot of people on the first day that you blew it, because you can always meet new people. And like sometimes even if you like don't meet them in the beginning of the school year, like maybe like second semester you guys will be like placed together, like you'll be seated together, and then you'll start making new friends. So things like that happen, and I feel like that's like happened to me during my freshman year. I never really like went up to anyone and was like, hey, I'm Vivian. Like I didn't really need to do that. It kind of just like people in my class that sat next to me, I kind of just became friends with them. I know everyone's saying get involved. Well, obviously get involved. I say definitely do clubs, because there's some clubs that I wasn't able to start in the beginning of the school year, but I picked up like second semester, and I met a bunch of new people second semester, so you could always do that. Besides clubs for like meeting people, it's also really good for college applications. So even just like hanging out with people at a club is actually really good for college. And there's so many different clubs to choose from, so just because you don't like one club doesn't mean you have to go to that one. There's so many different ones. And this is like so basic, but care about your grades definitely, because during my freshman year, I wanted to get good grades, but I wasn't used to having like harder classes, and I got a lot of like accelerated classes that I felt like I couldn't really handle with my time schedule, and so I kind of just started slacking off a bit on like studying and stuff. So definitely care about your grades, because that's like the most important thing. And if I could, I would definitely go back to my freshman year and like work harder on my grades. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time going into peer pressure, because I feel like that's like common sense. Everyone, like, it's drilled into your mind not to do things and not to fall under peer pressure. So I'm not even gonna go into that, except if you do fall under peer pressure with like drugs and alcohol and stuff, don't post any of that on social media, because that's probably the like worst thing you can do, is post it on social media, because like your coaches could see it if you post it on like Twitter and Instagram, and colleges will definitely be able to see that when they like recruit you. So even if you do happen to fall under peer pressure, try and keep it private, and don't like throw it out there like, hey guys, look what I just did. Don't focus on trying to find a boyfriend, because we all know those people who dedicate their lives to finding a boyfriend. I'm not saying don't get a boyfriend, because if you like someone and they like you, then, you know, like obviously, like go for it. I'm just saying, like, don't go into high school like, yeah, I want a boyfriend. Basically, just don't like try and look for one. If a guy comes along your way, then, you know, sure, but don't like purposely look for one. So it's high school, and you're obviously gonna have a lot of drama, and there's like really no way to completely avoid it, I think. Even though if you try really hard, you might still encounter some drama, and I would say just don't think too much about it, because honestly, drama in high school only lasts for like a week at most. Go to your school dances, because even if you think school dances are lame, if you don't go to your dances like homecoming freshman year, then when you're like really old, you'll be like, yeah, when I was a freshman I didn't go to homecoming, and you're gonna regret it, because you're never gonna have like this opportunity again. Definitely take a lot of pictures, because I mean, I love taking pictures. Most people know that I take way too many pictures, but definitely take pictures so you have something to look back on later, and you're not gonna like completely forget about everything that happened in your life, because I have really bad memory. Going back to what I said before about like getting involved, I say if you're like athletic, definitely join a sports team, because you get really close. And I was on my school's POMS team, which is basically like a dance team, and it was like really fun, and basically the girls on my team, we were like a family. Don't be afraid of upperclassmen. Like, I know that sounds really like weird, because they're like, why would you not be afraid of upperclassmen? But a lot of upperclassmen are really nice, and if they're like so nice, a bunch of them don't even like acknowledge that you're younger than them, and they're really cool. I can completely like talk about this one for such a long time too, but if someone's giving you like, if like you have really bad drama with this one person and it like constantly happens, and you're just getting so tired of them and like getting annoyed and stuff, or just having like bad times with them, then I feel like if it really affects you, then don't be afraid to just be like, hey, can we take a break? Constantly dealing with drama is like, it takes up so much energy, and it causes you to stress out so much, and it's just really not worth it sometimes. So in high school, that's like a lot more freedom. So a lot of times your teacher will say, or they'll like assign you some homework, but then they say that they won't check it, or they just won't, or you just know that they never check your homework, and homework isn't even a part of your grade. Definitely still do it, because a lot of times your teachers will run out of time like during class to teach all the material, and homework actually really helps you review. It's not like junior high and elementary school when you get homework and it's just like a review, like you've already done it, you already know it. It's not like that anymore. In high school, like homework like is something that really helps you. If I'm really busy, then obviously like I'll skip maybe a day's worth of homework, but then the next day I'll actually be really confused because I won't understand material that we did the day before. So I definitely try and like go back when I have time and redo the worksheets or whatever was for homework, because you can get really behind on even missing a day's worth of homework. So when you go into high school, I'd say definitely have confidence. Like when you're in the hallway, don't like just look down and like avoid eye contact and stuff. Show some confidence, but like don't do anything like over the top. So this one really applies to me, and it's don't make yourself too busy, because I know in high school there's a lot of things that you want to try out, like you want to do like sports team, and then you're taking on a bunch of different classes, and some of them might be like accelerated or AP, and it just gets completely out of hand with like your activities and academics and sports and everything like that. Things definitely got out of hand for me. I didn't know when I signed up for classes and all these clubs and stuff that it was going to be like this bad. Like classes are actually a lot harder than you think, but it's manageable if you work for it. It's not like it's easy, like you have to actually work for your grade. If you know that you want to be in a sports team really bad, or if you want to be in a few sports teams and you really want to do some of these clubs that you think are really interesting, academic wise, I would say like don't try and go all accelerated in AP, because in the end your GPA is like, it's gonna go down and it's not gonna help you even if they are accelerated classes. I can definitely relate to that because I just had so much on my plate and accelerated classes that I had no idea where to spend my time. I felt like I literally had no time and no sleep. So that's definitely something that I need to watch out for on my sophomore year, and definitely make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself. So lastly, don't be afraid to try something new, sort of, and by that I mean like if someone tries talking to you, then don't like reject them. Like try and make new friends, do new things, like because high school only comes once, and people say that high school is supposed to be one of the funnest times of your life. So definitely take advantage of that, but also watch out for your grades. Don't be so nervous about going into high school. I was actually not that nervous, because that was really weird for me, because I get like nervous and excited over the weirdest things, but I wasn't really that nervous about high school. It's really not such a big deal. Like it's nothing that bad, so be excited about starting high school. So yeah, those were basically all the tips and advice that I had for my freshman year. I'm sorry that was kind of long, and I hope I didn't bore you guys, and I hope that I did help in some way. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Like this video if you want more back to school videos, and comment down below which ones you want to see, and also if you have any questions about like my freshman year or just freshman year in general. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!